Good afternoon, everyone. It is 3 o'clock, around 3 o'clock, and I got a good question from Will J. And he asked, how do you do multi-apping? So I thought today I would tell you guys 3 reasons why you should multi-app, and then I'll explain how you don't get in trouble. First of all, on all 3 platforms, the ones that I use, there's many more, but the ones I use is Instacart, DoorDash, and Uber. And first of all 3, you are considered an independent contractor, which means you can take or deny any job that you want. Now, of course, each platform has their own set of rules. So, for example, with DoorDash, you have 10 minutes to make it to the arrival time of the restaurant. So if it says you have to be there at 9:50, you have to be there by 10 o'clock and confirm your pickup if you're not there. So if you're not there by 10:01, let's say you get there at 10:01, you are considered late. Also, if you deliver, they have a delivery time on DoorDash. So let's say you have to deliver it by 10:35. You have a 15-minute grace period to be late. So you have till 10:50 to get it to the customer. If you do not get it to the customer by 10:50, you will be considered extremely late with the order. So there are rules to the platform. I believe if you get 3 of those, either or, so if you got 2 lates from the restaurant and 1 extremely late to the customer, they can deactivate your account on DoorDash. Now with Uber, it's a little bit more nuanced. There's really no time limit with Uber. You can take almost virtually as long as you want. There's no real thing about Uber other than your customer service. So of course, if you take too long, the customer service is going to go down. And with Instacart, it's the same principle. You have 2 hours, though, to deliver your groceries, up to 2 hours to deliver groceries. Just if you are late, you can have an issue with that as well. So that's the way you can get deactivated from multi-apping. So if you take too many orders and you try to get all of them done and you're extremely late, your customer service is going to suffer. And then you're going to probably get deactivated from 1 or 2 of the platforms if you're not delivering in a timely manner. So always make sure whatever you're doing, you're taking the orders and you're trying to get them done as fast as possible. Always remember, you got to keep your customer service always up. There's other ways to get deactivated, of course, if you're dishonest, if they're reporting missing items, missing food, stuff like that. And as you can see, I got the top dasher because obviously my customer service is pretty good. And my customer service is pretty good on all the platforms. But I hope that answers your question. And now I want to get into the 3 reasons why you should multi-app. Is number 1, just think of it as if you're fishing. You can catch more fish by having more poles in the water. Now, do normally all poles get bites simultaneously or at the same time? No. Usually you'll get one, maybe 15 minutes you'll get one on another pole, and then you'll get another one on another pole. Very rarely will you get multiple orders or multiple fish at the same time. So it's the same with multi-apping. By turning all platforms on, you throw out a wider net to get more orders. DoorDash may be slow. Maybe Uber is popping. You can start getting Uber orders or vice versa. Number 2, some platforms are better with gas mileage and car maintenance. And what I mean by that is Uber and DoorDash, they're going to do a lot of wear and tear on your car. Instacart, it doesn't do as bad. And if you're doing grocery orders on DoorDash and Uber, it's about the same effect as Instacart. So if you're one of those people that don't like to do a lot of driving, putting a lot of miles on your car, you definitely want to look into Instacart and look into Spark because those are not as many driving back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And if you guys been watching me for a while, you know I like to do 1 to 2 miles. So that's a lot of back and forth when you're doing DoorDash and Uber. And then the third reason I would encourage anyone to multi-app is you always want to have multiple platforms just in case something goes wrong with the other one. So DoorDash, for whatever reason, they are known for having technical issues. So there have been times where DoorDash will go down for 4 or 6 hours in a day with just no reason or rhyme or reason. Maybe they updating something. So imagine if you're just using DoorDash, then you are done for that 6 or 8 hours or that entire day. It's better, it's always wise to have more ways to make more money, especially if you've decided that you want to be an independent contractor. You don't want to just be dependent on one app. So I try to make sure I'm spread out pretty evenly across Instacart. Hey, if Instacart is not doing well, I'll do some DoorDash. And if DoorDash is not doing well, I can move to Uber. It's very rare where all three are just going to be dead. So I give myself more of an opportunity to make more money. So that's the reasons why you should multi-app. And just to reiterate, you won't get kicked off by multi-apping. The platforms don't know what you're doing. I guess they can assume by the I know they watch you on their maps, but they can assume you are, but they can't do anything about it. You're an independent contractor. You can do what you want. It is just when you accept the order, you must complete that order. That's another thing with DoorDash. If you don't complete the orders, they have a criteria. If you accept it, you have to do it. If you don't, there's a percentage that goes down because you said you would do it and then you cancel it. So now the customer suffers because now you're canceling that order after you have accepted it. I think you cannot go below, I think it's like 85%. I'm not sure. I'll come back to that. But there's a rating that's not your acceptance rate. It is the rating that you get when you accept the order and then you decline it for, let's just say you have an emergency or for some reason you just can't do the order. That's another way they can deactivate you. So multi-apping you cannot get in trouble for. It's just if you try to do multiple orders and you're late with one of those orders. So always be wise in what you're doing. Be careful in how you multi-app. You know, if you get 2 orders, try to make sure that they're going generally in the same direction, or just turn one off if you get an order. One of the things I never do is if I get a shopping order, I never do a DoorDash or a Uber because shopping orders take more time. So I know if I take a Uber or a DoorDash, I'm already on a time limit. It's not going to behoove me to take that order or even look at my phone for DoorDash and Uber. If I get an Instacart, I solely focus on Instacart. So don't get too greedy. Believe me, you get too greedy, you can get kicked off. So you don't want that to happen. You don't want your money to get messed up. But I hope that answers your question. Stay blessed, and I'll get at you guys later. Take care.